Hey, so today I'm going to review this. This is End of Days by Susan E, and it's the third and final book in the Penguin and the End of Days trilogy, and I was also sent this by the publisher, so thank you so much for sending this to me. The first book is Angelful in this trilogy, the second is World After, and I have reviews of them, so if you want to know more about them, I will leave links in the description box, and also one of those corners will be like an annotation that you can click on. But yeah, definitely check them out. They are amazing. They're a post-apocalyptic book. Angels have come to Earth and they've caused chaos, and humans are just in chaos and they don't know what to do, and everything is in chaos. I can't think of another word for that. But yeah, it's just post-apocalyptic, and there's a character named Penguin, and she kind of has to make her way and survive and protect her family, and there's romance, and it's just great. Such a fun read, so fast-paced, so interesting. It's a really great angel book. And I think it was like my second favorite book of last year maybe, so definitely check it out. It is amazing. This is the final book. I'm not going to talk about what this is about because I don't want to spoil anything. My favorite things about this was how fast-paced and action-packed it was. So fast-paced, so much action. Second thing was the final battle that happens. It was just great, just well done. A lot of craziness, a lot of like things just came together. All the crazy things came together and it just exploded and kept on exploding, and it was great. I really love the mom, and I really love Paige, who is Penguin's sister. They are my favorite characters. I love them. They're just great. There's so many things about them that I love. Whenever they're like in the book, whenever they're at the forefront of the book or Penguin's mind, I love them. I love being near them. They say such great things, especially the mom. And yeah, I think one of the reasons that I really like them also is because they kind of exemplify what I like about the books as well. Which is that they are creepy but also fun and hilarious, and that's just great. There's another character who was really well explained and explored, and there was just so much emotional complexity and so much background history about them, and I just felt like they were so well done in this book. Just, they moved me so much, and it was so complicated, and so like I didn't know how I felt about them, and I just felt like they were really, really well done in this book. I really enjoyed their character and sort of what happens to them. And that didn't really happen for anyone else in the book except for them. They were really well done, but other characters I felt weren't explored or explained enough. I would have loved to get to know the mom and to get to know Paige more and to get to understand them more. And I really didn't, and I felt like that was lacking. We do get to know Penguin very well because she's the main character and we see through her eyes. And we get to understand her struggles and everything, but I really didn't care that much. Her struggles are interesting, but they're kind of what you would expect in this situation, and she was annoying me for like half of the book. Afterwards she got okay, like I started to be okay with her again, but I just didn't really care about what was happening with her. There was also some really obvious foreshadowing that happened for one of the things, and it felt a little bit sloppy, or maybe not sloppy, but it just felt like such an obvious move to make in an otherwise really well written book, and I knew exactly, like when it happened I was like, this is gonna happen. And the final thing is that the end was not, like I liked the end, but there were so many questions, there were so many plot holes, and there were so many unexplained things. It didn't feel enough. I wasn't satisfied with the end. It wasn't epic enough. It just wasn't enough for me. There was too much missing, and I agree with so many other people who are saying that they wish that this had stayed as a 6-book series instead of being like pushed into a 3-book series. I felt like it would have been so much better. We would have had that extra time to explore other characters and to develop them more and to get to know them and to have those plot holes filled and to have things explained and to just have a more epic ending. Like, this is a really well written book and it was really fun to read, and I did like the end, but it just wasn't enough, and this trilogy is so amazing and I was expecting a lot more from this. But really thinking about it, I don't think it could have been done in 3 books. It needed more books, it needed more explanation, and I wish that it had stayed as 6 books or 5 books. But I did really like it. It's definitely, the trilogy as a whole is definitely worth the read, so if you're thinking about reading Angelful, definitely do. And I'm giving this 4 out of 5. Now to the spoiler section. If you haven't read this book, don't watch the rest of this video, and if you're going to leave a comment that's spoilery in the comment section, make sure to write spoiler at the top of it. So yeah, spoilers, here we go. Belial. I loved him. He was such an interesting character. He was the one that was explained and explored, I felt, the most. And he was just so complex and so interesting. You sort of get hints of that, I think, in World After, and Yeah, World After. Right? That's where he is. Right? Right? I'm pretty sure. Yes. In World After, when you find out that Paige sort of had like a friendship with him and what he was saying to her in that video, like I sort of got hints that he was more complex, and I'm so glad that we got to explore more, but also really sad because it was so sad that Paige, what is it? Josiah sighs, but if it had to be someone, it might as well have been Belial, and he turns and walks away from Belial's ravaged body. No one will miss him. He didn't have a friend in the world. I just heartbroken, like reading that, and when they went through his body to like go back to like their real time, and he realized that it was him, and he was excited before and hopeful, but then he kind of just let them go through, and he was all sad and he was alone, and I felt the loneliness and the sadness like coming off of the page, and I felt for him so much just thinking about that, thinking about him alone in the pit for as long as he is. Like, it's totally understandable the way that he turned out, and oh wow, just so sad. It's just so sad. Penryn annoyed me in this book for like half of the book. Her struggle that she was going on with like with Raffi, you know, I knew how that was going to end up, but her struggle with her sister and her struggle in World After with her sister kind of didn't annoy me. I got tired of it. Like, I was just like, just give her some meat. Like, just kill someone. Like, I know, don't kill people, that's bad. But like, she's starving. She needs to eat. Just let your mom do her thing. Like, the person wants, like, like, we're in a different, just kill them. Like, I don't know, I just was like, just let it happen. Let it happen. Stop thinking about it. And she was surprised. Like, when her mom brought that lady from that cult to feed Paige, she was like, what's going on? And I was like, how do you not know? Like, it is obvious. Also, the very obvious foreshadowing that I said in my review, that was about Obi's death. When he started being praised left, right, and center, like, Penryn started talking about him and she was like, he's great. We couldn't do anything without him. And I was like, he's gonna die. Like, that was my first reaction. Either he's gonna die or there's gonna be a love triangle the way she's talking about him. But then other people started talking about how awesome he is, and then other people started to be like, you're not so different from him, and like, he's gonna die and you're gonna replace him. Like, maybe, you know, it wasn't that obvious, maybe I just picked up on it and it just happened to happen, but it just felt so obvious and just so like it was gonna happen, and it did. The mom, she is just so great. I love her. Everything that comes out of her mouth is just magical and creepy and funny and hilarious, and I want to like read 3 parts that she's said, so here we go. They want to do this. It's an honor for them. Besides, she turns to follow the woman. They came with their own sheet for easy cleanup. The ghost angel told me you were inside that demon over there. She points to Belial, who seems to be on the verge of losing consciousness in the passenger seat. He said that you might come out any minute. I didn't believe him, of course. That's crazy talk, but still, you never know. I love her. I love her. And then this one, I take the wheel, still preoccupied. Before I can start the engine, Mom curls up on the seat like a girl and lays her head on my lap. She rubs my leg as if reassuring herself that I'm really there. Oh my gosh, I love when they have family moments. I love when they're together. I love the mom and Penryn, and like when they sing the lullaby to each other. It's just family moments. Creepy, but so wonderful and lovely. I'm gonna end this discussion with many questions. You can answer them if you know the answers to them, but these are just some of the questions that I had when I finished the book, and I kind of want to just like say the questions so that you guys know that I have them, and so that I could just say them out loud, because what are the answers? What about Paige is so special? What are locusts gonna be eating now? Is the mom actually crazy is the next one. Is she actually crazy? How did she know about the rotten eggs? Like, has she had experience with demons before? Where is Michael? Where is heaven? And how did the angels get there? Like, is there some sort of portal? Did they just like, where did they come from? Like, how? Like, where? Also, speaking of portals, Belial, how is he like time traveling? Are they like time traveling through him, or are they like going to a memory? It said memory, but it felt like it was time travel, because like, you know, with time travel you can't come there can't be two of you in the same place, right? I feel like that's a thing. But if it's a memory, can't the memory him come? Like, that feels like it could happen. And also, how did they know that they were gonna go to that time? They didn't know, but like, how did they get to that time that they got to? What's going to happen now? That's just like the biggest question. What's gonna happen now? Are Raffi and Penryn gonna have children? Is she gonna age? What's gonna happen when she ages? Also, are their children gonna be special? Like, and also, is Penryn maybe a Nephilim? Or is her mom maybe a Nephilim? That's like something I maybe thought. Nephilim, is that the right word? Or maybe Paige was Nephilim, and that's why she's slightly special. Maybe not. If Belial had a memory of Penryn and Raffi, that he kind of forgot Penryn, but I feel like he'd remember everyone leaving, and maybe Raffi telling them that there was an apocalypse happening and that Uriel is trying to cause the apocalypse. Like, shouldn't he have remembered that and like used it later on? Like, to his advantage? Why did he like just forget everything? If the Hellions are free on Earth, like, you know, Penryn offers them freedom on Earth, away from the pit. If they're free on Earth, why are the Hellions that are on Earth chasing Raph bothering with chasing him? Like, they're free. Why not just like be free? Why did Pookie Bear drop from Raffi's hands when he lost his wings? Like, the first time he lost his wings, he had to have the demon wings attached to like be disconnected from the sword. But he didn't have demon wings. His wings just came off. Like, why did she drop? What's up with that? Inconsistencies. If you have any things that you want to talk about in the comment section about this book, then make sure to do it. And I would love to hear what you have to say, and if you can answer any of those questions, please do. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really love this trilogy, and I just wish that it was, you know, ended a little bit better, but still, I really liked it. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I had lots of fun, and I will see you next time. Bye.